My name is Jose Domingo Cruz, and I am your teacher again for Speaking and Writing 2. And we will start on September 28th, which is actually tomorrow. I'm recording this on Monday. This will be the first section of our class, and this video is kind of an introduction to the whole class, plus instructions for the very first week of instruction. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have in front of us. First, after the first class, okay, all of the other classes that we will do will be face-to-face. The university wants us to be face-to-face as much as possible, very similar to what we were doing in the middle of the first semester, even though we went back to online work in the middle, okay? But the very first class, September 28th, which is tomorrow, that will be on demand. And I will have everything ready on the Moodle. I actually have everything ready on the Moodle already. And it will not be very different from what you were doing before in the first semester. Okay. Also, as you know, in the first semester, I always had a Zoom room ready for the first 20 minutes of class. And there I would be, if you had any questions, if you wanted to talk to me, practice your English, that's perfectly welcome too. Okay, but September 28th will be your first writing class. Okay, and don't forget that writing involves the 30 minutes of writing, then the photo upload, then the typing upload. I'll talk about that in a bit more. Okay, but let's take a look at the general structure of the class first. Okay, so like last semester, basically we're going to have 4 lesson sections, okay, and then 1 test section. All right. Each section of lessons will be divided into 3 parts. Okay, writing. Okay, and then the speaking and corrections assignment, and then we have feedback and discussion. Now, this is how I imagine things will work out when we're pretty much face-to-face in class. The September 28th class, that's all on demand, so we can still do that on demand because it's writing, but this schedule might change if the university says that we need to change things around, okay? But of course, I'm going to either make a video or I'm going to announce it in class before we go to anything different. Okay, so with these 4 sections at 3 weeks each, that's 12 weeks, and then with the test itself, we will have that according to these dates, okay? So we'll have 2 practice tests like we did last semester. The first one will be as soon as we come back from vacation, okay? That'll be January 11th. Then another practice test for speaking the next week. Then the 2 final tests, all right? The one on the 25th, and then the very last week of the semester, that will be for the speaking test. Very similar to what we were doing last semester. The difference between the practice tests and the writing tests, the biggest one will be the amount of time that you have to actually make your videos. Your videos, you will have to do them in the class time. You will have 90 minutes to actually get the topic question and then submit it into Moodle. So you had some experience with that last time, so we should be okay this time too. Okay, now let's take a look at your course grading. This too will not be very different from what you experienced in the first semester. Basically, 25% for your writing and 25% for your speaking assignments. But this time I've introduced, okay, 10% for your correction and reflection assignments. So you remember those corrections that we were doing where you took a sentence and you thought about it and you tried to change it into something good, and then I looked at that with you, okay? Plus reflection assignments that you'll have on the Moodle. Okay, so that 10%, I took that from the writing test and the speaking test. Previously, these were worth 25% each. Now I've reduced their value and made it so that then you can get more value out of doing that correction or doing those correction and reflection assignments. Okay? Your writing assignments, basically, these will not be very different in the way that I mark them. Okay, you just want to make sure that you write as much as you can. Write, I don't know, 2 pages. Try to go faster. Write faster. My theory about any kind of skill is that if you can do it quickly and well, then that means that you've gotten better. Remember that if you can do it well, but it takes you too long to write a sentence, that's not really a great skill. But also, even if you can write quickly, but you make a lot of mistakes, that also means that you don't have the necessary level of skill in that thing that you're trying to achieve. Okay, so I do look for quality, okay, but mostly I'm looking for how many words you write. How many words you write will determine the main part of your grade, okay. But remember, that quality is the making sure that you don't have a lot of basic mistakes, like especially with your verbs, okay. I go, you go, he goes, she goes. I work, you work, my father works. Watch out for that S in the third person singular in the present tense. Okay. I also want to see that you're thinking originally on the topic, that you're not just copying things, or you're not just saying things that are already in an article, and that you show an understanding of the topic question and the articles. And remember, every writing assignment, every video assignment has a topic question that you have to answer inside the video. If you don't answer it well, that slows down your grade too. Okay. The topic question for the writing and for the speaking are revealed at the beginning of every class, okay? The grades are the same, okay? If you don't write very much, for example, you write only 100 words, okay, you're basically going to get a D. If you write something between 100 and 160 words, you're going to get something between a C. There's the B range, the A range, and if you want to get an S, write even more, okay? Write 260 words or more. Okay, now when it comes to your speaking, okay, I'm still looking for basically the same thing, okay? How's your style? Are you looking at the camera, or are you speaking in a small voice? Are you controlling your quality of ideas and your originality? Okay, are you making sure that you're doing your walking video properly? Are you holding your phone too low, or right in front of you, or you're holding it right up to your face? Okay, you know how to do this now because you did the first semester. It shouldn't be a problem for you in the second semester. Okay, and of course, your English is important, but look, all of those other things are just as important too. Even if you have really good English, but you're not holding the phone properly, you're not looking at the camera properly, you're not walking properly, you're thinking only about your English, that is not very good. I want you to be able to do a presentation with all of these skills, okay? Looking at the audience, smiling when you speak, walking properly so that then you show that English isn't the only thing that you can concentrate on. Those are all things that we challenged in the first semester, and we're going to challenge them again too. Generally, in the first semester, I thought you did a good job, but remember what I said about writing, okay? Write as much as you can, but check your mistakes at the very end. Don't write until I say stop, because then that means that you didn't have time to check to make sure that you didn't have a big mistake inside there, okay? When you're doing your walking videos, okay, trust your natural English. Still, too many of you are trying to memorize your English. You're trying to read notes, and you know that I will give you a bad grade if I catch you reading notes, and I don't like you memorizing your English. I did not memorize what I was going to say here today, and that's what helps me sound more natural. What helps me sound as if I'm speaking to you directly. Because if I memorize something like this, I would sound like this, and you would not think I'm a very good teacher. Difference between that and the way that I'm speaking right now is very important. I want you to learn it too. Okay. Some of you actually didn't submit your assignments. Not all of your assignments. You missed a couple of writing assignments. You missed a couple of correction assignments. Submit all your assignments. Submit something. Then I can give you some kind of grade. You submit nothing, I will give you 0. So submit something for all of your assignments, okay? Okay, last one. If you have any questions for me, okay, please ask me. Come to me at the end of class, or if it's a Zoom optional class on demand, come speak to me in Zoom. You're going to get the better answer there. It's good to talk to your friends, but remember, I'm going to have the final answer. Okay, now remember the classes from October 5th, which is next week, okay, those will all be face-to-face. November 23rd is a holiday. There are also holidays in December and January, but those will be more obvious. Remember that 11/23 is a holiday, okay? And on September 28th, tomorrow, I will be in Zoom if you have any questions, but only for the first 20 minutes. Thanks very much. I'm looking forward to meeting you, or seeing you again. I'm sorry, not meeting you. I met you in April. I'm looking forward to seeing you in class on October 5th, and let's work hard together to help your English. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.